Ever had a crush on your best guy friend and your best girlfriend at the same time? Yeah, I've been there too. It's kind of awkward, and maybe for a bit you think one of them isn't really a real crush. But I'm here to tell you that they're both real and valid. You might be bisexual, or pansexual, or just somewhere else on the spectrum. So back in 1948, Alfred Kinsey developed a spectrum to showcase the fluidity of sexual orientation. It looks something like this. Things have changed since Kinsey shared his scale with the world, though. His initial proposal was that sexuality is fluid. It's a great proposition, but it's not entirely accurate. Just a few years ago, the scale was challenged. The fluidity in the Kinsey scale came from how people see themselves, and when it came to the 1940s and 50s, well, it wasn't exactly the most open-minded time. I won't go too deeply into it, but the leading idea is that the so-called fluidity came from poor mental health and conversion therapy. The scale was wildly heteronormative, and that's why it needed to be challenged. The world has changed since then, obviously. There would be different orientations to find on the scale. There's way more than just straight and gay. There's bi, there's pan, there's ace, there's aro, there's demi, there's gray, there's scolio, and some people who just go by queer. Today, I want to talk about bisexuality specifically. What does it mean to be attracted to men and women? You might have heard some really dramatic coming out stories from your gay friends, but with bisexuality, you could go your whole life never telling anyone and be just fine. You could date only people of the opposite sex, and no one would ever know. I sure tried to do that, and I wouldn't really recommend it, but it is possible. So, bisexuality is when you're attracted to men and women. I'm going to share with you 3 quick questions you can ask yourself to help figure out if you're bi or not. So the first question is this a crush, or is it just a trait I admire about them? For example, maybe you like someone because they have a really great sense of style, or they're really good at a class you like. Question 2. How would it feel if I called them my boyfriend or girlfriend? Imagine yourself spending more time with them. Sometimes your imagination can help you figure out some bigger picture things. Picture going to the movies with them. Do you think you'd want to hold their hand in the dark? Or how about after the movie? Do you still want to hold their hand out in daylight? Question 3. Am I attracted to them, or are they just good looking? Sometimes we like to look at people who look nice, but when you're actually interested in someone, there's a different sensation that comes with it, and usually it gets stronger as you get to know them. So those are just a few quick questions you can ask yourself. From there, just remember to have fun, and in the grand scheme of things, your sexual orientation is not as big of a deal to everyone else as it is to you. And it isn't who you are, just who you're attracted to. Make sure to have fun. Be aware that not everyone figures these things out at the same pace. And most importantly, take care of yourself. Bye now!